Becoming a champion takes time. Trees do not reach the highest canopies overnight. It takes generations of patience and steady growth while the world revolves on. In Virginia, we've witnessed these ebbs and flows, and now there are a select few that have their eyes set on the skies. This last push towards victory will test all of the years of training, the lessons learned from failure, and the mindset to carry on even as life quickly moves past. Moving day at the 2024 PDGA Professional Disc Golf World Championships begins now.
Hello and welcome to round 4 coverage from the 2024 PDGA Pro World Championships here in Lynchburg, Virginia. The semifinal round, if you will. Just 36 holes remain in the championship, and you are watching JomezPro with Nate Sexton and Jeremy Koling.
Wow, we've got a battle brewing here. Isaac Robinson has just been a juggernaut in his title defense. I saw somewhere online where it said, when I see Isaac Robinson play throughout the year, I say, how could he have possibly won Worlds? And then when I see Isaac Robinson play at Worlds, I say, how does he not win every year? This man shows up at this event, and so far it has been an absolute pleasure to see every single throw that he's thrown at this World Championships. Joseph Anderson has been right there on his tail. I wanted to say his booty, but he's been all over him and just waiting for Isaac to make a mistake, and he hasn't really made many of them. And finally, we get to look at the Finnish phenom, Niklas Anttila, a man who is just always in it at the major championships. His game is so versatile. And Luke Taylor, the Woods Master, in 2 incredible rounds at New London, have brought him here, and we get to see the powerful player once again compete for the world title.
Hey, what's up everyone? I want to let you know today's video is sponsored by Vessi. As you know by now, Vessi has been a huge partner of ours out on tour. We've got the whole crew outfitted with their shoes because we never know what we're going to see out there. Sometimes we get the downpours, sometimes we get the hot, dry, windy conditions. And the cool thing about the Stormburst low tops is that they're perfect for any weather conditions. They've got amazing traction for wet or dry terrain. They are 100% waterproof, not water resistant, so your feet are gonna stay dry no matter what. So if you're finally ready to give Vessi shoes a shot out on your home course, you just go to vessi.com/JomezPro. That's gonna give you an automatic 15% off your first purchase at checkout. That's vessi.com/JomezPro, or click the link down below or scan the QR code on the screen right now, and that's gonna get you 15% off your first purchase automatically. So get over there right now. Thank you once again to Vessi for sponsoring this channel. We really look forward to seeing some of you out there with some Vessis on the course. All right, let's get back to it.
Hole 1, par 4, 758 feet. You have to clear this creek to get to the inbounds area. You see the line on both sides. This is a great view of the landing zone you're looking for. Potentially even a little bit farther forward would be perfect to give you a little bit less distance up into this tight green, which is way uphill from where you're landing your drive. Nice birdie to get to start your round off. If you throw a good drive, I think one of the more doable second shots.
He is the reigning and defending world champion from Lawrenceville, Georgia, and at 26 under par, he is your leader, Isaac Robinson.
We talked a little bit about the score that we thought what might win the world championship. Right now, looks like that score is going to get beat, but that was right around the 31 to 32 mark. Upwards of 35, some people were guessing. Isaac is going to find OB.
And next, from Athens, Georgia, Joseph Anderson.
Isaac went OB in about as good a spot as you can. That drop zone is optional, so he's going to be in a good place to get up and down, potentially save the par.
This thing's just going to flip up and ride straight the whole way. Might even hit a leaf or two. No, just perfect. Guy's a technician.
From Kuopio, Finland, Niklas Anttila.
Not many players have the ability to throw every single driver that looks like it's a mid-range. That's one of the skills of Joey Buckets.
Little bit of flip on this shot from Niklas. Can it duck underneath?
Oh, it finds a way, Nate. It finds a way.
That's important. There'll be a low ceiling from there, but
From Shepherd, Michigan, Luke Taylor.
Also playing the hyzer towards the tree. This looks pretty good. 3 inbounds, and the leader is out. Something he's done very, very well so far this tournament is scramble and save pars. He's gone out of bounds quite a few times, but has managed to take pars so many times. Oh my gosh.
almost birdied it.
Oh my gosh.
Almost went ahead and birdied it.
Oh, come on. The archives of highlights just from him alone this event are just going to be awesome to rewatch.
So good, Niklas. Great shot, dude.
Perfect width, trusting it out over the sidewalk for Niklas, coming up about 15 feet short. It's a beautiful approach.
Easy does it. Just a little short right. There you can see the advantage of that big drive. Not a lot of distance left for Joey and Luke.
Yeah, Joey.
That looks great.
Yep, great shot.
And also just a little bit short. Good line. Just needed a little bit more sauce behind it. Oh, come on. Great start.
Oh, just a little right.
It's a good release. Just finds that little hole in the low right side of the basket. Joey unable to take advantage of Isaac's out of bounds. 2 pars and 2 birdies.
Gannon Burr on hole 6.
This is a par putt. And this guy likes to make par putts on hole 6 from about that range. That's 2 days in a row.
Very scary putt there. Obviously, any skip off the basket of any kind, you're likely out of bounds again.
Or maybe his last putt wasn't for par. Either way, he's made 2 long putts downhill in that hole, and it's a very scary green.
Simon Lazat's approach shot on the 3rd. Looks to be a touch short.
Yeah, but that's the miss. Either right or short, and he chooses a little bit of both. This is an absolute monster drive for Eagle. My goodness.
Wow. Gotta be,
Oh
gotta be
my
only
gosh.
about. What do you think? Oh no!
Oh, but it stays in, I think. Yeah,
It
that finds inbounds.
Just stays out of the hazard. But what do you think that was? 190, 180 to the basket?
This hole is always a little bit farther than it thinks with the basket standing on top of that hill. It's a great putt.
Beautiful
Simon.
putt. 40-footer.
But yeah, I think he's in that 220 range. I mean, just
Incredible.
just keep that approach in mind when you watch our lead card play hole 3. The Eagles got the first 3 to start. Oh, this is a fun thing I like to do with our audience. I haven't seen the coverage, so this is all blind for me again. I've been enjoying this. I think you guys have been enjoying it too. So I don't know anything about these results. This is all new and fresh to me.
Let's go, G.
Gannon, what a start for him. Just the par on 6. Birdied the first 5. And now he is going to be 6 down through 7. Many people's favorite coming into the week. Obviously, the player of the year so far. You knew you give him enough rounds. The cream always rises, as they say. And he is up there right now, still 5 back in several holes ahead, but making a charge.
Hole 2, par 3, 327, going uphill with some tight OB. High backhand hyzer for the right-hander is probably the best play. You got to think to yourself, if I'm going to miss this shot, it needs to be left and it needs to be long, as then you will have crossed over the green and have an inside circle putt to save par.
But then you also have to think to yourself, don't miss.
Of course.
Because this is one of the easy ones.
Of course. But I think it's important to know where the mistake can be made.
And that's exactly what Niklas has done. I mean, that's a fine drive, but if anything goes wrong, at least he's going to be left. First time when I was practicing this course. Oh, goodness gracious. That thing got a lot of skip and slide. Stays in bounds, but man.
Just right on the cart path.
Did he hit the stake? Did it like redirect it?
I didn't notice that, but it could have. I think mostly just straight contact with the cart path and plenty of speed. Threw that pretty low. I think this is more the height you like to see.
That's still moving left, but that's just fine. Yeah,
just the checking skip as it comes in with a little steeper angle. Solid shot there.
That's a frustrating par miss. And Niklas with a good start. 2 for 2, and he's 22. Under par. And maybe 22 years old. I don't know. Seems a little bit old for the good disc golfers these days, though. He's probably not that old. That's almost over the hill. Isaac with a nice birdie. Another check-in here today, as you can expect to see a lot of that today going into moving day here at the World Championships.
Trying to tell you the whole story. Simon Lizotte on the treacherous 4th.
And he's going to find Hazard.
And not the close to the basket kind.
No, that's a very scary upwards of 55, 60-foot putt coming. Eagle, that is how you done it. That's how you done it. That's so good. Simon, come on. Okay. So there will be a bogey for Simon and ending his birdie run. Very easy to do here on 4. That, not so much. A tap-in birdie for Eagle, who has started off 4 through 4. And a good playing Eagle is a good thing for disc golf.
On to hole 3 for our leaders, par 4, 765. Golf fairway is inbounds here for the most part. It starts to pinch in just a little bit on that left side. You'd like to throw low backhand, take a couple skips forward. If you're Eagle McMahon, maybe you boost at about 600. But as far as you can get it, makes this approach a little bit more palatable because that sand is blind to the player. The slope down to the right is a problem. I think, like you said, short is the safest place to try to land your second shot.
Niklas just going for position, not so much for power. Kind of gets a little bit of both, but the power play is the low shot that kind of brings the big skip and slide off the grass into play. Nothing at all wrong with this one. Yeah, so these are all great shots that we're throwing pretty far, right?
I think so.
Eagles just another 150 past. I mean, just imagine someone in your group just 150 past these drives. It's pretty crazy.
This guy might do it.
That's more of the power line. Gonna get a big skip. Big slide, good roll. Lively gallery today, as you'd expect. Great disc golf community up here in Lynchburg area.
Oh, this could be sandy.
Could be so left it's safe.
It is. And that's not bad.
Was that inside the circle?
I think those
Edge.
could be FPO basket whiskers, but certainly in that neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
I mean, of course he's going after that. This is also heavy hyzer.
That's bunker unless it's short. Short putt coming, but Isaac knew out of his hand. Not a chance. So once again, an opportunity for Joey Buckets to get a stroke. This is turned over hard. This is in trouble. This is in a lot of trouble. Out of bounds all the way down the hill. Scary putt coming back up, too.
That's 3 pretty errant shots in a row for the group.
Mm-hmm.
Niklas, the only one to get away with a green flag.
That's okay, I think.
Yeah.
Yes. But not that close either. Big moment here.
Sand behind the basket.
He's going to find it, I think.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
Yeah. Wow. So far left, it was safe, and then makes the clutch putt for birdie.
Great putt right there from Luke.
Just sets it in. Joseph will walk away with a bogey.
I might call it a double. Just 2 penalties.
That's right. That's right. That one hurts. And Isaac, for the 8th or 9th time this tournament, ends up saving par with an OB shot.
Scramble percentage looking nice.
That's right.
All right.
Oof.
Moonshot.
Oh my gosh, he makes that look so easy. That thing just came out like a rocket ship. Oh my word. Oh my goodness.
Wow. Like the back part. Oh my gosh, this is far.
Oh man, that is annihilated.
The back part of that golf tee pad. Is this short enough?
It might be OB
I don't
long.
think so.
It's OB long. Could you imagine going OB long on hole 5 and 2?
No.
No. Okay. That's a weird par. 73% of the field is taking par, and about 1% of them are doing it that way. Maybe less than 1%. Eagle. You're different. That's a costly double bogey there for Joseph, man.
Yeah,
That's going to drop him down to tie for fourth.
And from a good drive, it just happened quick.
Yeah, they always do.
Hole 4, par 3, 392. Hazard area in front of the hay bales. OB, long right and left. You want to throw... A lot of guys anyway have wanted to throw that wide backhand hyzer, try to sneak around the hay bales. You got to make sure the weight is right though, because if you start going into those trees, obviously you're out of bounds. We've talked a little bit about the drop zone being basically an impossible save.
Niklas wide right. The weight is perfect. Doesn't require a skip over the hay bales and checks up pin high. Niklas is going to have a look to go 4 for 4. This is what you got to do if you want to track down the guy at the top. This just might sneak around the hay bales and around the side. Wow.
Perfect.
That is so good.
Just a nice smooth throw. Got stable at the perfect time. Take that little jump. This also looks promising. It's looking easy.
It looks really easy. They kind of make us go, what the heck's going on? Their approach is on 3, and they come right back on 4. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I see why you're here.
Super short. I thought it looked good, but
I think he knew out of his hand. It just didn't quite have enough behind it.
yeah, he did turn around quick. I think nose up was the main problem there. Makeable putt, edge of circle to save.
That's a big moment right there for Joseph. I mean, just after the really unfortunate events that happened on 3, to step up and come up short on 4, that can really test your nerves. And that putt was hearted. It's looking easy right now for Niklas. Textbook birdie from Isaac. And the classiest of the bunch, I would say. Perfect hole for Luke Taylor. Remains in a tie for 4th with 2 other players, Luke and Joseph Anderson. Hole 5. Big par 4. A lot of players are going to play to this flat spot here because they can't quite get up here. The difference is about 60 feet, and it takes about 200 feet more of power to get up there. It is insane how far Eagle threw his drive. If you do get to that top spot, though, the hyzer is in play. There's also a forehand through the middle that's in play. But there is a ton of out of bounds on the right side and a huge tree obstacle in the middle that is just waiting for errant shots. This right side presents some potential options with the hills a little bit less in play, but I think he's not far enough right to really have access to it. I think that's a par play.
Yeah, I totally agree. He's got more gas available to him than that. I think that's just a smooth swing.
This guy's going to be going for the top like he did in round 2, and
wow, it straightened up.
that is
Okay.
bananas. Just a forehand hyzer from there. I don't know if he likes the width.
I think he would prefer to play backhand,
Correct.
big spike. I don't think that's going to be available from there. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I would expect the forehand hyzer as well.
It's a big throw for Isaac on this hole because it doesn't... Getting mid-hill is kind of awkward.
Not if you're playing for par.
Sure. I guess I feel like what does the extra distance give you?
Nothing, but it doesn't take anything away either.
Okay.
I mean, if your play is for par, I think
Yes.
anywhere up here is going to be just fine. I think that's what these guys are doing, other than Luke.
Yeah, Luke that really sent a statement round 2 when we saw him go to the top of the hill, and he did it so easily. That should be off to the left side. Maybe a forehand flex from there.
Yeah, I wonder if he wants it that far over. Unless he's thinking about going high spike.
It's an interesting hole design. First time I played it, I didn't necessarily understand it or like it that much. And the more I've seen different players play it and attack it, the more I kind of understand it. And the more I think I have appreciation for having holes that can be a stroke differentiator for the power player.
Sure.
And only the power players are going to have any look or option to try to birdie this hole.
Get going. Oh, no.
That's the penalty for the early tree kick. Oh, that's going to hurt. Well, not that much.
Not that much, yeah. Okay, so he looked at the flex briefly, but he's going to go with the spike. And this is a pretty short spike hyzer. Sometimes can be awkward.
That is like the most European play you can do. Over the ages, I feel like the Europeans are always looking skyward for the big spike.
A little heavy on hyzer, but no problem.
Yeah. At this point, Isaac should just get me anywhere inside 35 feet, and we're golden.
There you go. Good putt. I have something I want to get off my chest, Jerm. And I understand I'm not on the tour full time.
Talk to me.
So my treatment and your treatment doesn't necessarily need to be the same.
Right.
But dead center of your screen behind the basket is the Airbnb that DGN got you and Jules for the week.
Yep.
And immediately to Niklas's left behind the green is a dilapidated barn where they have me staying.
Yep.
And I mean, it's convenient. I'm close to the course, and you are too.
Yeah.
And I understand you're kind of Jomez's full-time guy.
Have been for years.
But it just feels like...
Are you uncomfortable?
Yeah.
I didn't know that until now, and I'm sorry. It's like a distractingly large mansion. It's like the biggest house I've ever seen in my life.
Calvin Heimberg on 8.
That is such a difficult second shot, man.
Just slinging it.
Unbelievably good.
Slinging it through the gap.
Oh, man. The uphill run up, and it just doesn't slow him down a lick. Tap in birdie. What's Calvin out here doing? Okay, 5 down through 8, up to 23 under. Somebody said that the guy was in his front yard hitting golf balls. He's using his front yard as a driving range. It's like, that's a pretty cool move.
That's my spot on
Yeah,
the left.
there it is on the left.
It's breezy at night.
Yeah, I bet. Hole 6, downhill 375. Once again, I'm going to say it's a 375 feet from tee to basket. You got to throw a putter if you want to somehow stay on the screen, or just have the greatest touch with a backhand that just hits very little angle. Otherwise, you're going to skip out of bounds, and you're going to make your par putt, and you're going to walk to 7 with a par.
Overstable disc here. Disappeared into the center
Yeah.
here. Did not see it ever again once it hit the ground. Oh man.
Oh, wow. Have we ever?
Not in. Whoa.
Come on.
No,
No, that's
not happening.
not going to have a chance.
That's, yeah, one of the most errant shots in my memory of watching Isaac Robinson throw. Super late release.
Well, at least the spectators are letting it get the full treatment. So, whoa.
And where's his lie going to be?
I mean, early. Very early.
Like near my house, like way up there, right?
Budget cuts, man. Just drop it.
Because he went through, he went like over the pink red flag.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if it's even. You can't imagine reteeing makes much sense, but
Oh, and another one left
Yeah.
right. That is the biggest mistake you can make here. Okay, so
Yeah.
Isaac has.
this is a very scary approach, though. And oh boy, watch out! Double bogey at best coming for Isaac. This is the first time we've really seen him out of sorts. This whole week, he has been just an animal. I mean, a machine.
Back-to-back big mistakes.
Oh boy. Fortunately, the out of bounds is close. He will have probably 25 feet or less for the double. And Joseph gets aggressive.
Oh, no, come on.
That hit too much chain to go a $120 past the basket. Oh my gosh, that thing rolled forever. And Niklas, a bit scared perhaps. I don't blame you. He has seen 4 OB throws before he gets to his putt.
It is such a sharply sloped green for this OB right behind the basket.
Wow.
Double bogey. If this drops, and it does.
Yeah. Wow. And that's going to bring Isaac to even par through 6. And that really opens the door for the field to get back in this thing. I was wondering if this moment was going to happen. And it's upon us. But yeah, I didn't think it would be with a shank. That's just not something that Isaac does. I mean, he's just so robotic with his form and with his consistency. 2 ahead of Niklas now, who is 4 under for the round.
My buddies and I just helped grow the global disc golf community. Check it out. We got our favorite shirts at Quirky Goodies, and a percentage of the sales proceeds go to the Paul Macbeth Foundation. They build great disc golf courses all around the world. I picked up 3 shirts for myself. This one's my favorite. Hey, if you're like me and you're always looking for a discount code, use this one, JomezPro 15. That'll give you 15% off. QuirkyGoodies.com. Buy a shirt, make a difference.
Hole 7, par 3, 403 feet. If this hole was on a course at Anytown, USA City Park, it'd probably be nightmare fuel. But the scoring average we've been seeing here is incredible.
81% birdie. Think about that.
Let's see if these guys can show us exactly how that's being done. I mean, obviously, there's nothing really in the way, but water is water. And it's an island green.
Niklas is not going to be a part of the 19% that did not birdie this hole.
Yeah, let's see this again. I mean, 403 feet, little bit of a gap to hit to come off the tee. It's mostly about angle control, making sure you don't catch a roll away, making sure you don't have any flip. If your disc flips a little, you're probably going to be OB. Beautiful shot from Classy Nick. That has just a bit of flip. Does it swing?
It's going to work its way back. Yeah. Let's call it 25 feet. Asking for that late stability. He gets it. That'll be closer to C1 edge. Bogey stretch for Luke, looking for a birdie to get things back on the right track.
Isaac with a lot of height here.
Yeah, this is moving left. Oh, my word.
Mandatory drop zone.
Oh.
From way back here.
My word.
Layup.
Oh.
This is some adversity.
Yeah, no kidding.
And the rest of the group more than happy.
I just got to say, I mean, this hole is it's a backhand dream shot. It's a catcher's mitt for ace runs. To see him miss by that far up to the left just tells me he's just a little disconnected. Come on, no.
Come on.
Oh, come on. After the miss on one, falls out right side left and low, or right side low. That one's left and low and falls out. Meanwhile, this guy has been all business. And we have a tie at the top. When was the last time we said that? Hole 1?
Probably slightly after hole
Like
one.
hole 4 was the first time where Isaac had the lead and we're like, oh, this guy's doing it again.
Yeah. Ricky Wysocki up on 11 with a nice wide drive, leaving himself the kind of putt he loves.
Oh, that's fun. Good to have a Ricky Wysocki check in at the World Championships on moving day. And on chase card, Cal.
Are you all right?
I'm all right. Yeah, sorry. Calvin, dead center with his eagle.
Okay, great.
Sorry, I froze.
You did. Look at that flip up. Is it too much?
It's too much. It's okay. That was boosted.
Yeah,
but
at first I thought way too much hyzer, and then just up at the top. It must be a very flippy disc that he's choosing there.
I mean, that is such an aggressive concept to even try to go for the pin. Okay, so he's going to come up way short.
Good kick, back in bounds.
More than likely, bogey. Pretty simple to get up and down from there. But it's been a great front nine for Eagle until he got into hole 9.
Calvin drifting left, needs to get down, and it does, I hope.
Oh, halfway
yes,
on.
Celebrate that one.
Yeah, the OB bubbles out to the left side, fortunately for Calvin. So Eagle will be going backwards on 9. But 5 under in the front's good work.
Calvin to push to 6 under.
Oh,
no,
boy.
That close, but a little bit low. Two at 25, 2 at 20, and they've dropped to 10th place. Meanwhile, our leaders are a lot closer to the rest of the field. Hole 8, par 4, 671 feet. Pretty significantly uphill. I think you need to play a pretty aggressive drive unless you're just a supreme power thrower to have a chance at attacking on shot 2. You want to go big backhand turnover that flexes back a bit, massive forehand if you have it, potentially backhand roller. I think these guys are all going to try that turnover play. Kind of looking to head out towards this blue umbrella in the middle of the fairway.
In danger. In danger. Oh, boy.
Danger of greatness. just stays in bounds, and that's the best angle you could ask for.
Yeah, for him, he loves every bit of that width now.
Luke's shown some great trust with this disc. And Niklas cannot even throw. He's past him. Crushed him.
Oh, my gosh.
That's crazy. Both of those guys hanging on just by a couple of feet. Joey not interested in being over by the line. Throws a much better shot to the center of the fairway, much closer to plan anyway. It might not be better location. I think you might have an easier time from where the other guys are, but
his stress level's a lot farther down.
Your heart's not in your throat while it's flying. And this looks pretty good as well. Nice slow drift.
Oh, goodness.
Wow, it got back more than I expected, really did. But safe.
But he crushed it past Luke and Niklas, so take that. Stays in bounds.
Just in bounds on that right side. Nicely done. Great power. Fantastic. Just mid-range. Why not?
Very well done. Let's see if Isaac can get back on track after going 3 over in the last 2. And the answer to that question is yes, absolutely.
Everybody with great drive, great approach here.
Joseph needs something to go in. And that one high left, but stays, and absolutely should. Isaac with the birdie. Getting pretty close here to a star frame. Oh, yeah.
It's a real lead group type of star frame.
It is.
Like, this might be the only one.
40% birdie.
Okay, so it's probably not the only one. It could be, but probably not. Over to 10. Calvin Heimberg, very wide.
Yeah.
But it's got some stability. Gallery getting a nice close look at his disc as it flies past him. And how's the roll going to be?
Mild. Nothing like what we saw Joey Buckets get in round 2.
I like mild on the roll. Don't want to introduce all that luck.
Get a little Sullivan-Tipton check in.
A little bit lower, a little bit straighter. And great reactions from the gallery.
It's like a hole-in-one. Like, get back and bounce. Okay, yeah. I love that.
Everybody ready to move if they needed to. That's how it's supposed to be done.
Look at this hyzer flip eagle.
So it's just going to race down the hill. Now, be cool.
I think we got Joey Buckets things going on right now.
Come on, just be cool for once.
Oh, jeez. I mean, it should be a pretty easy par from there. He got over 650 feet of flight on it.
A little bit of a slip, it looked like, from Sullivan there.
What you guys need to know about Sully, if you don't remember from last year's USDGC, is that this dude's forehand is often confused for a cannon.
He's one of those balanced dudes.
Yes, he is.
He's maybe a little more tipped towards the forehand side.
I was going to say, yeah, he's balanced. If like Kyle Klein is balanced, he's balanced on the backhand side. Sully is the opposite.
Great shot from Calvin, right in the shadow of the basket.
And Eagle, just a hyzer pitch up with maybe a fairway driver, maybe a mid.
This is such a great view at how steep this hill is. Look at that little tiny eagle down there.
Yes, sir.
One of the most stressful putts on the course, because if you hit anything but the center, you've got no excuse for being surprised if it rolls right on past you. Everybody knows that that roll away is waiting. If you hit the band, if you hit the koozie, if you hit the cage, if you hit the side of the chains, it's such a dangerous green.
Good par save for eagle. It's a shame that drive couldn't stay in bounds. That's one of the reasons why landing flat on that green or on that fairway is just so important and also very difficult to do.
Yeah, nearly impossible to truly be flat, but you can certainly be closer to it.
Well, Niklas with an opportunity to get to 7 under on the front 9 with a birdie here on the 9th hole. To do that, he's going to have to just stay somewhere in this fairway. You got pretty wide room on that right side. That tree comes into play if you try to get too much distance. But from a good drive, you're always going to have somewhere between 440 and 400 feet to this pin with OB wrapping the basket. Like we said earlier, a little bit of space off to that left side on the green if your disc is on its hyzer angle out there. But step 1, push it towards that tree and just barely miss it.
Nice and flat.
Kind of like that.
And all the way out of the shortcut. You know that's a big drive. If you see people getting out of that shortest mow, then you're getting into where you're maybe only about 400 to the basket.
I was going to say maybe even 390. This looks really nice. Also out of the short grass. Ideal. Really trusting the hyzer. Not necessarily worried about getting a ton of distance, but that's just, again, another display of how much trust he has in that 430 to 440 range.
This is in a bit of danger. Stays in that corner. You never really like to see it moving left of the basket.
That's a great shot from back there. Another birdie opportunity coming. This is in a lot of danger here.
How's the roll?
I don't think the roll's good.
It's not.
The kick was good.
This is also just a little heavier on the hyzer than I'd like, but again, stays in.
Gonna have a great look for that 7 under front.
That's such a fantastic score.
And with playing hole 5 for par and having a scary look on 6, so nearly perfect game plan so far. Very well done. So it will be a even par front 9 as long as Joey Buckets is able to tap that one in. And it'll be 2 under for Luke. Just didn't seem to have it. This ain't a Jomez.
Sure, certainly not.
No, that's not a Jomez.
A little bit low, a little bit right. Not surprised to see that come out.
It's a stinky result,
Yes.
but it's not a Jomez. but a chance for the lead. Niklas, Anttila. Man, this guy is not the dude you want to have breathing down your neck when you're off your line a little bit, because this guy doesn't seem to care about what's going on around him. He's just interested in birdies.
Yeah, he's a Nordic bad boy. And he's here for your lunch money.
Turn out those pockets. What a front nine. My goodness. We're going to get another check in here before our break.
Yeah, more drama than I expected.
For sure.
That's for sure. Calvin Heimberg
Oh,
just clears
man.
the bails. Beautiful.
And it's great. It's hitting the bails slowed it down even a little bit, so keeps it closer. Two missed putts on 9 and 11 now for Calvin.
Still playing great. But
Yeah, incredible.
always just thinking about what could have been, and I'm sure he is too. He's in a position where he doesn't have a whole lot of room for error.
No. But he's jumped up into third place currently. And we've got James Proctor up here on hole 14.
Playing down that right side position. That's what most of the guys are doing out here. It's not very easy to imagine trying to stick that green from 500 feet back. See if Gannon Burr's thinking about getting aggressive with it.
Yeah, I think he's going to be getting aggressive with everything.
Trying to get up to the cart path potentially.
Yeah, that's a nearly as good as you can throw it. That's going to be a good look for birdie on a hole that is birdied very seldomly. Okay, Proctor going to have to go forehand.
Perfect.
Okay. Good touch.
Just right.
Oh,
Good
man.
effort, but it sits down.
Mm-hmm.
Proctor has this for par. You gotta be kidding me. This could go out of bounds. It just did.
Oh. Oh.
And so he's going to just re-putt with Gannon's putter. That's horrible. Look, this is the semifinal. Tomorrow we have the final of the World Championships, and I need everybody on their best behavior. I'm talking baskets, tee pads, spectators, players, spotters. I need everybody locked in.
Bro, we've seen some doo-doo things happening here. That is one of the grossest, longest, unfairest rollaways I've ever seen from a dead center, perfect pace spit out.
And James is playing great golf. I mean, he's up in the top 10. So that is a painful 2 strokes.
That is just heartbreaking to watch that. Eagle out of bounds early with his forehand up on 12. 40 feet for the par. Off the band. We are really going to tell you the whole story today, folks. Calvin, man, who knows what's going to happen on the green? But you know he's going to be on the green.
Yeah.
That's the thing about Calvin.
Yeah, he's going to be putting for birdie. I know that much.
It's going to be a birdie putt. Does it go in? We'll find out.
I would say probably is a good word.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, my goodness. Niklas Anttila gets 7 under in the front 9, gets to 27. Who would have thought that would have been enough, though, to overtake the lead from Isaac Robinson, struggling at even par. Calvin Heimberg up the leaderboards.
Look at Chris Dickerson, minus 10 through 15.
Wow, 10 under was a hot round in round 2 with Adam Hammis. No one else there yet, but Niklas, man, he is on pace right now to do something really special today on moving day, and moving up is what he's doing. I can't wait to see the back nine because, like I said earlier, I have no idea what's about to take place. So let's go ahead and stop this and get that back nine fired up.
I mean, the world champion's on the ropes right now. A little bit off of his game, and Niklas is putting so much pressure. It's going to be incredible. Come on back for the back nine.